walked into that little hall with nothing left to say. The room was quiet as a prayer at the close of day. And no piano by the window, a guitar against the wall, like they've been patiently waiting for my footsteps all along. I didn't find the music, the music found me. The song was waiting long before I arrived, hidden in the silence, keeping hope alive. The song was waiting like the sunrise after rain. It took these broken pieces and taught them how to sing again. The drummer tapped a gentle rhythm, the bass began to sway. The hammer wrapped the room in warmth as the shadows slipped away. A trumpet climbed the ceiling, bright as morning light. Every note became a promise, everything would be alright. We spend our lives searching for something we can't see. Sometimes it's hiding quietly inside a melody. Not in fortune, not in glory, not beneath applause, but in the simple truth that every heart still deserves a song. The song was waiting long before I arrived, hidden in the silence, keeping hope alive. The song was waiting like the sunrise after rain. It took these broken pieces and taught them how to sing again. The song was waiting just beyond my fear. It turned a lonely evening into something clear. The song was waiting, now I know it's true. Maybe every soul on earth has a one that's waiting to strike one chord, let it rain somewhere tonight. A song is waiting to begin. The highway stretched for miles and miles underneath the fading sky. My old Chevrolet kept rolling on as the daylight said goodbye. Every town looked different, but every heart the same. Everybody carried something they could never truly name. When the night grows colder. Hope finds a way. Leave one more light in the window, so a weary soul can see. A little glow can change the course of someone's destiny. Oh, leave one more light in the window, burn it through the night. Sometimes all it takes is one small flame to make the darkness bright. I stopped beside a roadside diner where the coffee never cooled. An old man played a weathered piano like his heart had never bruised. A waitress smiled and filled my cup, said, "Take your time, my friend. Kindness has a funny way of helping broken spirits mend." I've learned that love ain't always loud. It rarely makes a show. Sometimes it lives in quiet hands that give without letting you know. A borrowed coat, a warm meal, a chair beside the fire. Little acts of mercy can lift us so much higher. Leave one more light in the window for the ones still on the road. Every traveler needs a place to lay a heavy load. Leave one more light in the window until the morning shines. The brightest stars aren't always found. Sometimes they're in simple lives. Keep it burning, soft and true. One small light can lead someone through. The bus rolled in at 5:30 as the evening cooled the air. A faded sign read, "Welcome home," though I'd never been there. A woman swept her front porch clean. A boy chased down a tire. Somewhere in the distance, a church choir climbed higher. Some places call your name, before you even speak.
This town still sings.
In every street and stone, it turns a passing stranger into someone known.
This town still sings.
With every laugh and sigh, the music isn't on a stage, it's living in our lives. A man repaired an old six string outside a hardware store. He smiled and said, "She's older now, but she still asks for more." The diner served hot coffee. The jukebox played solo. Every face around the room moved with the music's flow. I've been where the lights shine brighter, where the buildings touch the sky, but no city ever taught my heart how to breathe like this tonight. It's not the size of the skyline or the money people bring, it's the way a simple kindness can make the whole town sing. This town still sings long after sunset fades. Its melodies are written in the choices people made.
This town still sings.
And now I sing it too, because the finest songs are born where hearts are honest and true.
Hear that choir, hear that train.
Every heartbeat
Knows
the refrain. Morning broke across the valley with a sky of amber fire. The fields were dressed in golden light, stretching farther and higher. My father said, "Walk proud, my son. Let your word be strong and true. The world may take what's in your hands, but never what's in you. The earth remembers every honest step. When the cotton turned to gold, so did my old soul. Not because my pockets filled, but because my heart was whole. Here's the chance to do some good. The whistle from the freight train echoed through the morning air. Neighbors tip their weathered hats, smiles waiting everywhere. Mama sang while hanging laundry, a hymn carried on the breeze. Even the tall pecan trees moved with quiet ease. Years can bend a man's back, time can line his face, but kindness only grows more beautiful with every passing day. If my hands grow weak tomorrow and these boots can walk no more, may they say I left behind a little hope at every door. When the cotton turned to gold, the whole horizon shined. The greatest wealth I ever found was peace within my mind. When the cotton turned to gold, the evening softly smiled, and every song I carried home still sounded like a child. Golden fields, morning breeze, one old song, oh, growing free forever. Forever. Checked into a roadside motel, room number 7 tonight. One old fan turned above my head, one lamp gave up its light. My suitcase held more songs than clothes, my pockets nearly bare. But every road I traveled on had somehow led me there. A weary heart still beats in time. There's a light in room number 7, keeping the darkness away. It may not shine like city lights, but it helps me find my way. A light in room number 7, soft as an evening prayer. Sometimes hope wears the smallest flame, still waiting there. Next door an old man hummed the blues through walls worn thin with age. A waitress left in extra to roll without a word to say. The window held the rain outside. Cars drifted through the night. Even strangers shared a little warmth. At the end of a long day's fight, I've learned that home is more than bricks, more than a front porch swing. It's any place where kindness lives and broken hearts can sing. Tomorrow I'll be moving on, another town, another show. But I remember room number 7. Long after I go, there's a light in room number 7, brighter than it seems. It reminds me every winding road still carries on its dreams. A light in room number 7, guiding this traveling soul. As long as one small light remains, I'll keep chasing home. Turn the key, say goodnight. One more road, one more song, one more song, one more sunrise. I closed the door behind me, but the silence stayed inside. Your picture on the mantle, still watch the years go by. The curtains dance so gently to a slow September breeze. Even empty rooms remember the love they used to keep. Time can move the hands, it can't move the heart. The echo never left, it still calls out your name. Every wall keeps holding on to the sound of yesterday. The echo never left, though the house has grown old. Some voices never fade away, they simply warm the soul. The piano in the corner hasn't lost its gentle tone. It waits for faithful fingers to remind it it's not alone. The floor still knows our footsteps, the window knows the rain. Every little piece of this old place still whispers your name. People say that healing means forgetting what has been, but maybe healing's learning how to smile through memories again. A faithful love leaves footprints that no season can erase. Not on the road behind us, but in every quiet place. The echo never left. It lives in every chord, every melody I play tonight. Brings me a little more. The echo never left, and I don't wish it gone, because the deepest kind of love keeps singing after the song. Hear the silence, hear it sing. Love still lives in the echo it brings. $5 in my jacket, an old guitar in tune. A bus rode out of Jackson beneath a lazy moon. The driver said, "Where you headed?" I smiled and looked outside. I'll know it when the music tells me where to ride. I never chased tomorrow, I followed every song. $5 and a guitar, that's all I call my own. But every town that heard me sing felt a little like home. $5 and a guitar, a heart that wouldn't hide. You don't need much to find yourself when music is your guide. A waitress poured me coffee, said, "Play one before you go." The cook leaned through the kitchen door, keeping time nice and slow. A farmer tapped his work boots, a child began to smile. For 3 sweet minutes everyone forgot their cares a while. Every evening at 8:30, I'd walk through that old red door. The piano knew these weary hands like 100 nights before. The room was filled with quiet faces, smoke hanging in the light. But I only searched for one sweet smile in the crowd each night. Some folks came for the music, I played for you. She always came for the last song, never the first or two. She'd wait until the lights grew low, then I'd sing for you. She always came for the last song, standing by the door. One little smile was worth much more than all the night's applause. She'd close her eyes so gently when the trumpet started to cry. The old Hammond filled the room like a long, heartfelt sigh. We never spoke for very long, we never needed to. Some hearts can carry on a conversation without a single word being true. Then one autumn evening came, the chair stood empty still. The band played every melody, but time had changed its will. So now I leave one slow love song at the ending of each night, just in case you find your way back beneath these lights. She always came for the last song, and maybe someday you will again. I'll keep the piano warm for you until this journey ends. She always came for the last song. That's why I never rush goodbye, because hope has a funny way of arriving with the night. One more chorus, one more key. If you walk through that old door, you'll still find me. There's an old radio on the windowsill, older than these hands. It catches voices from the night like nobody else can. Every station tells a story, every melody a friend. When the world gets hard to understand, it helps my heart mend. Turn the dial a little slower. There's magic in the static. The old radio knows every road I've walked before. The old radio knows it carries me back more. It plays the songs that carry me back to a simpler shore. The old radio knows what words can't always say. When my spirit loses rhythm, it shows me the way. The kitchen smells like fresh cornbread, coffee on the stove. Outside the rain keeps tapping, a rhythm all its own. Mama softly hums a chorus, Daddy keeps the beat. Even silence sounds like music on this little country street. One song can heal a stranger, one voice can change a night, one honest soul can light a flame that keeps the whole world bright. So let the speakers crackle, let every record play. Some treasures only grow more dear with every passing day. The old radio knows how to turn tears into grace. The old radio knows it leaves a warm trace. Every note becomes a memory time can never erase. The old radio knows, and I'll keep listening to. As long as there's a song to hear, there's hope to hold on to. Turn it up, nice and slow. Let the music lead me home. I left this town with empty hands, a suitcase and a dream. Thought the world was waiting somewhere far beyond that stream. I chased the lights of bigger cities, heard 1,000 different names, but none of them could warm my soul the way this old place came. Sometimes you have to leave church still stands on higher ground. Its bell still greets the day. The baker opens just at dawn, just like yesterday. Oh, Mr. Davis tunes his radio, looking for the evening news, then smiles when a soulful melody pushes away the blues. I've learned that every winding road has something left to teach, but peace is never measured by the dreams we fail to reach. It's found in simple mornings, in familiar voices near, in the hands that never let you go when the road is hard to steer. Guide me home, guide me home, bring me back to the river where forgiveness flows so free. Bring me back to the river where every broken piece of me can become a melody. One more time before I'm gone, let the current carry every fear and leave my spirit strong. Bring me back to the river where my old heart learned to sing. Bring me back to the river where the water turned to spring. Bring me back, bring me back, bring me back. Let the river flow, let the choir sing, carry me home on the wings of a song. I rolled into a little town just as the sun went down. A rusty sign, a two-lane road, no riches to be found. A barber sang through open doors, a train rolled slow nearby. A church bell echoed through the hills beneath a crimson sky. You don't need a grand stage to hear the truth. Every town has a song waiting to be found, hidden in the voices of ordinary ground. Every town has a song, every soul a rhyme. You only have to slow your pace and leave the world behind. An old cafe on Market Street served coffee strong and sweet. The The jukebox played a lonely tune that pulled folks to their feet. A railroad man with tired eyes started keeping time. Soon the whole room sang along like one old country choir. I've traveled far for answers, crossed rivers, fields, and plains, but every place that welcomed me sang through joy and pain. The richest melodies are born where humble people live, not because they have it all, but because they always give. Every town has a song carried by the breeze, floating through old front porches and dancing in the trees. Every town has a song, and now I know it's true. No matter where the road may lead, I'll always hear one, two. Listen close, hear it rise. Every town, every heart has a song. Before the town begins to stir, before the rooster calls, I hear the screen door gently creak in this little wooden hall. My coffee's black, my hands are rough. Another day's in store, but hope arrives without a sound. The sun still finds my door. I've seen hard seasons, still I choose to sing. The sun still finds my door. No matter where I've been, it paints the floor with golden light and tells me to begin. The sun still finds my door like an old and faithful friend. Every morning whispers softly, this is not the end. Mr. Johnson tunes his old guitar outside the hardware store. Miss Louise breezes laughing loud, like she did years before. The train rolls past the cotton fields, its whistle long and clear. Every sound reminds me there's still beauty living here. Oh. I've worn out boots on lonely roads, I've carried heavy loads, but every mile has taught me how a grateful spirit grows. The strongest oak wasn't planted to never face the wind. It learned to stand because it bent again and again. The sun still finds my door, and that's enough for me. I don't need a life of luxury to live abundantly. The sun still finds my door, and music fills the air as long as dawn keeps calling me. I'll always meet it there. Open the door, let the light in. Another day, another song to sing. I got dust on my Sunday shoes from walking these country roads. The morning sun was rising high, lighting every load. I tip my hat to passing strangers. They smiled and waved me through. Around here folks still measure wealth by the good a person do. The miles may wear my leather, joy inside my soul. Every step along this winding road has helped to make me whole. Oh, dust on my Sunday shoes and a hymn upon the richest life is often found in simple things like these. Just on my Sunday shoes. Miss Evelyn bakes sweet biscuits a sky of stars. The barber whistled gospel tunes. The train rolled slowly by. Every ordinary moment felt too beautiful to hide. I've crossed the roads of disappointment. I've stood beneath hard rain. But every storm I've ever known has taught my heart to sing again. You can't polish every teardrop. You can't outrun the years. But you can face tomorrow without holding on to fear. There's dust on my Sunday shoes and peace inside my chest. The road may still be long ahead, but I've already been blessed. Dust on my Sunday shoes till my traveling days are through. And when I reach my journey's end, I'll walk those streets made new.
Dust on my Sunday shoes.
Brush off the dust. Lift up your eyes. Keep walking on toward the light with a song. The room was dark except a candle burning low beside the keys. A dusty upright waited quietly, like it knew just what I need. I laid my hands upon the keyboard. Didn't know what I would say. Then the first chord filled the silence, and the night just slipped away. Some words are spoken, some are played. That's when the piano found the blues, and the blues found me. Every note unlocked a door I never thought I'd see. Oh, that's when the piano found the blues, like an old familiar friend, turning every broken memory into music once again. The bass began its steady walking. The drummer brushed the snare. A lonely trumpet kissed the ceiling, leaving midnight in the air. No one needed introductions. No one asked where I'd been. The music knew my whole story before I could begin. You can hide behind a smile, you can hide behind a name, but a soul ain't bearing melody never plays the same. So let the hammer softly answer, let the guitar gently cry. Sometimes healing wears a rhythm that no words can describe. That's when the piano found the blues, and the whole room breathed as one. Every weary heart remembered why the music had begun. That's when the piano found the blues, long before the morning light. And I walked back out believing everything would be alright. Play it slow, let it ring. Every heart needs a song to sing. The city woke before the sunrise, with the rumble of the trains, coffee steaming through the windows, mixing with the morning rain. I buttoned up my old gray jacket, tipped my hat against the cold. Another day of chasing dreams, worth more than silver or gold. The streets keep every story, if you know where to listen. Street lights never cry, they just shine through the night, watching every lonely dreamer search for something right. Street lights never cry, though they've seen love come and go. They stand through every storm because they always seem to know tomorrow brings another chance, another song to write. Keep your faith, keep walking on, like those street lights in the night. The shoeshine man was laughing, singing with an old guitar. A waitress poured another cup for a trucker from afar. Across the room, a young girl danced to a tune from the radio. For just a little moment, the whole world moves slow. I've seen diamonds lose their sparkle and proud men lose their way, but I've never seen an honest heart run out of words to say. Love don't wear expensive clothing, it don't ride in fancy cars. It lives inside the quiet souls who never stop reaching for the stars. Street lights never cry, they keep glowing all the same, lighting every winding road for those one more song for the night to keep. Down at the end of Carter Street stood a house of weathered pine. Its paint had faded with the years, but the songs were still alive. Every Friday after sunset, folks would gather one by one. Nobody came for glory, they came for what music had done. No tickets, no stage, just hearts in time. This was the house where music stayed long after the lights burned low, where every soul could find a place and every heart could grow. This was the house where music stayed, where tears became refrains. The blues walked in with heavy shoes, but hope walked out again. And rolled up right in the corner had keys worn smooth with grace. A trumpet caught the candlelight like sunshine on its face. Hands kept clapping in the rhythm, feet tapped on the wooden floor. Each chorus pulled the people closer than they'd ever been before. The world outside kept rushing, chasing gold and chasing time. Inside these walls we measured wealth by every shared rhyme. Some songs never topped the charts, never made the radio, but they lived inside the hearts of everyone who came to know. This was the house where music stayed, where strangers turned to friends, where every final harmony felt like a new beginning. This was the house where music stayed, and though the years have flown, whenever I hear an old soul tune, I know I'm coming home. Hear the piano, hear the choir, keep the music alive forever. a Sunday morning, just outside the county line. The church bells filled the air with grace as you smiled and looked at mine. You wore a dress the color of heaven, moving gently with the breeze. Even the tall magnolia trees seem to bow with ease. Some days are forgotten, some become forever. You were the color of Sunday sky, soft as the morning light. You turned an ordinary road into something bright. You were the color of Sunday sky, calm after the rain. Every time I close my eyes, I see your face again. We walked beside the old dirt river, talking till the sun was low. Never needed fancy words, love already seemed to know. The wind carried gospel singing from a chapel down the hill. For a little while, the whole wide world was perfectly still. I watched autumn leaves keep falling, I watched new flowers bloom. I've learned that faithful love can shine in every season's room. If tomorrow writes another story, I'd gladly read each page, as long as you're beside me. Time is just a stage. You are the color of Sunday sky, the peace I've searched to find, the sweetest melody the Lord could place inside my mind. You were the color of Sunday sky, and if the years should fly, I still remember how you glowed beneath that Sunday sky. Morning bells, gentle breeze, one sweet smile, forever with me. The river rolled beneath the bridge like it had for years untold. It carried whispers with the tide, stories never sold. I stood there with my Sunday coat, my hat held in my hand, listening to the water like it knew this weary man. Some answers aren't spoken, they're carried away. There's a river full of voices calling through the night. Every current sings of mercy, every wave of light. There's a river full of voices, older than the stars. It knows the dreams we never reach and every hidden scar. A freight train crossed the distance, its whistle low and long. For a moment it sounded like the first line of a song. The moon climbed through the branches, silver on the stream. The whole world felt suspended inside a quiet dream. If tomorrow brings another road, I'll walk it without fear, because the lessons that the river taught will always travel here. A gentle heart keeps flowing, no matter where it's led. It leaves behind refreshing stream where thirsty souls are fed. There's a river full of voices, and now I know they're true. Everyone reminds me there's still good to do. There's a river full of voices, and one sounds just like mine. Still believing every broken note can turn to something fine. Hear the water, hear it call. Every soul can rise again. Every evening at 8:30, I'd walk through that old red door. The piano knew these weary hands like 100 nights before. The room was filled with quiet faces, smoke hanging in the light. But I only searched for one sweet smile in the crowd each night. Some folks came for the music I played for you. She always came for the last song, never the first or two. She'd wait until the lights grew low, then I'd sing for you. She always came for the last song, standing by the door. One little smile was worth much more than all the night's applause. She'd close her eyes so gently when the trumpet started to cry. The old Hammond filled the room like a long, heartfelt sigh. We never spoke for very long, we never needed to. Some hearts can carry on a conversation without a single word being true. Then one autumn evening came, your chair stood empty still. The band played every melody, but time had changed its will. So now I leave one slow love song at the ending of each night, just in case you find your way back beneath these lights. She always came for the last song, and maybe someday you will again. I'll keep the piano warm for you until this journey ends. She always came for the last song, that's why I never rush goodbye, because hope has a funny way of arriving with the night. One more chorus, one more key. If you walk through that old door, you'll still find me.